challenge status quo. To take the story a little further in about seeing how is this course different from the other time management courses out there. What we saw earlier is one of the areas of difference is that we look at time in an unconventional fashion. The other thing that we are trying to do during the course of this module is to challenge status quo, is to shift your paradigm, is to shift the way you look at time. What is status quo? Status quo is basically accepting things the way they are. Let me give you a very simple example. In India, it is okay to be late, right? So if you go to a meeting, a party, a wedding, the status quo is the bride and the groom come after the guests come. No one ever asks, why should you do this? Is there even any logic associated with it? In many offices, the status quo is not to be open in your communication. You shouldn't be saying anything to your managers directly because, well, there are consequences attached to it. No one ever bothers to ask the why question. So the idea of challenging the status quo is to look at things that are accepted as the truth, as presuppositions, and then ask the why question to those ideas or to those statements, which is what we are trying to do in the course of this module. One of the areas where we've challenged status quo is this whole concept of procrastination. No one ever looks at procrastination in a positive way. When I say you procrastinate, the synonyms that are associated with procrastination are usually lazy, lethargic, good for nothing. So one of the things we're saying in this course is procrastination need not be a bad idea. Maybe there are some positives that are associated with procrastination. The other area where we challenge the status quo is this whole concept of working from a panic mode. When I say panic, what are the images that come to your mind? You see fire in a building, people hurt, EMT, ambulances, sirens blaring. These are the images and visuals that usually come up when you say panic. But maybe working out of a panic can be beneficial. And how is something that we will try and discover during the course of this module. The other big status quo question is, what is your purpose in life? There are books written about it, movies made about it, a lot of discussion that is generated around this idea of what is your purpose in life. Many people say if you do not have a purpose, you're basically like wood drifting on water and you're never going to reach anywhere. What we are saying is it's not essential to have a purpose in life. Life in itself is a purpose. So these are some of the areas in which we're challenging status quo. We're asking the why question and saying, if we were to break these barriers in our own head, could we manage time better?